Good morning, Helen. Good morning, Michael.
Morning.
Hey, good morning.
Well, thank you for sharing your experience. It'll prove really useful for other customers when they make what is a big investment in an external roof light blind. Chris and I definitely send you our thanks for that. Right. Could you describe, you started off with this amazing home renovation project. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we bought a 3-bedroom, pretty dilapidated house about 15 years ago in Peckham in London, where we were already living. It had a strange coach house on the side of it, which wasn't really integrated into the house. And then we moved abroad for work. And at the end of us moving abroad, we did a renovation project with an architect to basically bring that entire part of the home into the house, extend out each of the bedrooms into that space, and then build over the side return, which was a really large side return. And the architect at the time had said, oh, we were on a very tight budget. And the architect had said, we can use these office size windows over the kind of roof as roof lights, and it will be really, it won't be budget intensive. I remember saying at the time, oh, it's really hot in that bit of the garden. It's going to be, I can't imagine that there's going to be cool enough to sit in our kitchen. And he said, no, it'll be fine because we're going to use this special glass, and the glass is going to be really reflective, and we use it in offices. And so we came back to this beautiful house, and it is lovely, and there is a lot of glass, and it's incredibly light and really fits our family needs. But there are just some parts of the year where we can't sit in the kitchen, which is not good because it's our kitchen. Oh, so no. We really needed to solve that problem, and it took us a good few years to kind of find a solution. Yeah.
Well, in fact, right now we can see the sun, the glare streaming through on this lovely Saturday morning, but lighting up your faces.
Yes, exactly. It's literally just coming over the roof of the house next to us, and that's the point at which, because we're sort of facing sunrise to sunset, so we get sun the whole time, which is amazing, but it can be very hot.
And what options did you look at?
Right, so this was a multi-year exploration. I think it's probably we explored
a sail,
some false foliage,
some real foliage,
some kind of awning,
film,
so
inside, outside.
So we explored many options, but we never really hit the solution that we knew that we needed. They were always dissatisfactory. And as we were progressing through this, every kind of 6 months ago, particularly as it started to get sunny, that would obviously be our prod to, we need to solve this. And it's through scouring the internet really over a cycle of those years that we explored, but never really found something that worked, that we thought was appropriate for us until this summer, which I guess is a couple of summers ago now, where we identified the company and some solutions that you had examples of, which really just addressed our needs. And that really initiated us reaching out and making contact.
Yeah.
Well, you sound like you're shading experts by now, after all that exploration.
Yeah. If anyone's curious, false foliage is not
Don't go there.
No, that's just a cul-de-sac. Goes nowhere.
So planting a deciduous tree is not the answer.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, it's amazing how imaginative you can be in desperate straits, but and we're fortunate that we didn't really follow through on many of them. We kind of waited until we got the right solution, which is good for everybody.
Yeah, for everybody. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you met Chris, who's our electric blinds specialist here at WindowTreat, and he presented some solutions to you. So how did you find that process, and what did he present to you?
Well, I think the 3 main options were a blind on the inside, an internal blind, a film, or the external blind. I think through our journey, we'd kind of realized that probably the external blind would make sense, because we'd obviously had conversations with various other parties in terms of what their alternative solutions would be. And that was really reinforced with talking through the problem and assessing the available options with Chris directly.
We already kind of had this experience of, once the sun and the heat is in your house, because we've got a lot of glass at the back as well, in our rooms, which we've dealt with through you, thank you. In our bedrooms, when the curtains are shut, the sun just comes in and gets trapped between the window and the curtains. So for us, we kind of ruled that option out.
Yeah, we appreciated it, but it was pretty clear to us that we needed to protect the house from absorbing any heat, rather than then trying to deal with the heat once it's in the house. So that's the most effective approach.
Yeah.
And so you went for an external roof light blind, which was eliminate. In fact, for those people watching this, it eliminates 95% of the solar heat gain, which is absolutely incredible, and is way above any other solution we have. It's even comparable with roofing the space, if not more.
And we were worried about that, to be honest, because I don't know if you were, but I was worried that it would block out light, and it doesn't do that. And that's what's so brilliant about it. So it does block out some light, but you get light in. So it's not like roof. I was worried that it would be like roofing the kitchen.
Yeah, at these two stages, you have full light access through the windows, which is one extreme, and then you have like the equivalent of a tarmac roof on the other. But I guess what we're really happy about is, even when you have it fully closed, you just have light coming through, so it doesn't feel like you're in a dark cave, which I think is important too. I think also the fact that it's a retracting roof, the way working through with Chris in terms of design, we worked out what direction we want the awning to close from. So therefore we only need to partially close the window to where the sun is at that point in time. So therefore it allows us to optimize how much window we have open at any point, which really helps.
And of course, on a dull winter's day, you can choose to have it retracted and let in as much light as possible.
Exactly. And it's retracted now, and we don't need it. It's pretty early in the day, and it will be kind of midday where we'll think, oh, actually, it would be nice to have that. And the sun by that point has kind of pivoted a bit, and we really don't need the entire blind closed. But if we did have the entire blind closed, it wouldn't completely darken the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is brilliant, actually.
Fantastic. And how was the experience with WindowTreat?
You did most of the initial stuff.
Yeah, so Chris was very helpful. I think the walking through the solutions, I think we landed on the right solution quite quickly, so that was quite efficient. The guys who came to set it up and put it in place,
we were hit with COVID, weren't we?
It was kind of it was through that COVID phase. But in terms of really personable,
they were really nice people.
Very engaging. Kind of it was quite a pleasant experience. And you just got an assurance that they were providing a good product, and you could rely on what they were leaving behind would work.
And if it didn't work, get in touch.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that happened at the end of last year, we knew we wouldn't really need the blind, but we've got, because of the time of year that it ended up being installed, but we've got rain sensors and wind sensors that are supposed to retract the blind automatically. We haven't had to use them yet, but we were absolutely reassured when Chris left that if they don't work, we just call him and he'll come and make sure that everything's perfect.
That's right. It doesn't stop at the installation, and that's something we're very proud of. We think it's normal, but it's not normal in the industry. That's for 5 years we're here. Whatever happens, it's a warranty designed for you, not for us.
I think one thing I'd highlight is, naturally, when you're adding something to a designed house and you're adding something to it, the fact that it will look visibly clunky and kind of disfigure the smooth lines of the house. And I think, to me, one of the key things is that you don't get that sense. It just feels like it was almost a part of the integral design, and it's really not visible. And yeah, so and also it seems robust as well, which when you think of an awning, you think of something quite flexible and pliable, but this is very much kind of robust and effective. So yeah, it kind of addressed all of those concerns that we had previous to the engagement with yourselves.
Well, thank you. And the $1 million question is, would you recommend WindowTreat to friends and family?
Yes.
Certainly.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, that's music to my ears. You know, what I would ask, if it's not too cheeky, is it possible to actually show the blind in action?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So now you can see the sun is coming in on me. Can you hear that? It's not very loud.
Only just when it started.
Yeah. It's coming over. It's about halfway across the roof now.
We can see it going across.
You can see that we're not in the darkness. It's really brilliant, honestly.
I just had this moment
so
where
happy.
this camera's just going to go dark.
Well, it's a really smart choice you made, because there is literally no other solution that rejects so much heat.
Now that the sun's coming through, but we're still in the light. It's really nice. It's like, yeah, it's great. It's just made me love my house again.
Oh, that's a lovely thing to say.
Though it's great.
Well, Helen, Michael, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your experience so enthusiastically as well.
Great.
Thanks, Chris. Take care. Steve, sorry.